check out Banggood.com for RC cars like this one you're about to see, and some of the ones I've had in the past here.
What's going on there, YouTube? Back again with the HG P801 that we got from Banggood.com. If you're interested in these, check out the link in the video description. Today, we are going to put the sound unit on. They do not sell the sound unit at Banggood. I got this off of eBay from somewhere on the other side of the ocean, and it took me a couple weeks to get here, but it's here. And it is very nicely packaged. It says HG Parts Series. And as I talked about in the HG build series, or the unboxing video, it comes with a separate instruction booklet for the electronics. And that includes detailed instructions as to how to install the lights and the sound that were not included with the truck. So, looking at this, our sound module and its control box both go underneath the cab here in the center. And it even shows you where to route the wires to. Everything on this is specific to this truck, to the 801 and 802s. So it should be pretty cut and dry. You just got to run some wires. It shows you exactly where they go, where to plug everything in. And yeah, so let's get this thing opened up. Alright, looking into it. So first off, we've got this big giant wiring thingy-mabob. I'll cut the zip tie off of here. I'm guessing I need to cut the zip tie. Now this part did come with its own instructions as well. I haven't opened those up yet, but I imagine it's just a copy of what we're looking at here in the booklet. So here we've got, it's already got tape mounted on it, the sound system control module, and we have two connectors to go to the receiver, and we have an inline connector that goes in the battery. This will plug into the truck in front of the ESC, and the battery will plug in through it, and it'll draw its power from there. Next, we've got our actual speaker, and it is already the same color as the truck. This mounts up behind the front grille, so you can see part of it, so that's why I guess it's color coordinated. Nice looking unit, same, it's kind of plastic, but it's a speaker. And now we've got our instruction sheet here, and a handful of zip ties and some sticky tape. I bet this is exactly the same. Oop. Basically, it's got the wiring diagram. It's very handy in the instruction though, like it shows you here. I'm not sure if you can even see that, the light's so bright. It shows you, it has an actual wiring diagram. It shows the BEC, the receiver, the sound unit, all the servos, and you can trace the wires to where they need to be, where they need to go. It's kind of handy. It's like a real car wiring diagram. So yeah, I think I've got to pull the cab off. Pretty sure that's the first step. We mount the unit and then we run all the wires accordingly. So let's get started. Alright guys, that took way longer than I expected. Couple issues. One, wiring is just a nightmare on this. All the instructions show, taking the entire body off, and the suspension just doesn't look like it's there in the pictures and stuff like that. Trying to follow along where the other wires are ran, it's not as neat as the factory wiring. Realistically, this all should have come already installed. Problem number two, it's made to work with the light kit. So, that being said, your output, you have a double-ended servo, like a receiver wire connector that cuts in on your power, on your throttle, on your channel for your ESC. So it's only about that long. It's made to just go and plug directly into the light control module, which is what comes with the wires that run and splice into each channel, so that you get all the functions of the blinkers, the brake lights, reverse lights, and all that. So that being said, I had to scrounge around. I found a Y adapter that was barely long enough, and I plugged it into the receiver, ran it up. There's another green wire that it shows, one diagram shows it plugs into channel 3 on the receiver, and one shows it plugged into channel 3 on the BEC. I had different effects from both. It is a single wire, it's not a 3-pin wire. I ended up putting it back on the BEC on the accessory part of channel 3, and it seems to be okay there, but I've got it working. You can kind of hear a slight buzz. That's the speaker on. So it goes idle after a few minutes and it stops. Oh, another thing. I had to take the fan off of the front of the motor. Where all the wires for all this stuff come out of the back of the cab, goes right into the bottom of this. So with this spinning, it would have just tangled up everything, so I just pulled it off. There was no way to get around it, short of taking the entire truck, the body off and everything. I took the engine cover off so I could kind of get to it, but, you know, it just... it's too crowded in there. Short of re-wrapping all the wiring and putting it in with the factory harness, there's no way. So, everything's on. Our steering's working. We've got a startup. It's hard to pick up this thing and do it. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I'm going to get this thing outside and see, you know, maybe out of this little small confined space it doesn't sound quite so violent. Alright guys, so I didn't like it at first. Inside it seemed overpowering, but outside with traffic going by and neighbors listening to loud music and car horns honking, it's worked pretty well. Drowned it out. I'm not sure how much all that you could hear in the video. I was trying to kick it into high gear and do some donuts in the driveway. I ended up rolling it
or flopping it on its side. Got some gravel marks on it. Battery started running down. I'm just still using that little LiPo. I've got some big ones. I just need to get a cable for the charger so I can hook up the monitoring connector, and then I can charge up some new batteries that a friend of mine gave me, and hopefully we can make this thing rip a little harder. I don't know why you want to go fast with this, but it's just cool to see something that big going fast and in circles. But yeah, like I said before, it's made to work with the light unit, and the light unit's another like $35. I made it work. I'm not sure I really care to go with the lights. Putting the light kit in, from what the instructions show, is going to be pretty much a complete disassembly, and I need to do that because I need to clean up the wires for the sound unit. Not happy with their routing. I need to be completely fed through the protective layer with the factory wiring and all that. So I'm not looking at doing that immediately, but down the road I probably will. But again, if you're interested in these, the HG P801s and 802s, check them out on Banggood, and keep it scale. I'll see you on the next video.